Okay, everyone, today I'm going to quickly demonstrate a little tool I whipped up and a vital patch in order to make two bar or n bar melodies, really. Um, so, firstly, you're going to go to my Codeberg page and clone the repo. So, that's right there. You go to this link right here, clone it, and download it, whatever you want to do. And you're going to get a file structure that looks like this. Um, I'm on Ubuntu. It doesn't really matter what you're on. If you're on Windows or Mac, you should have some equivalent. To be able to run Python, you need Python 3. So for me, it's Python 3. For you, it might just be Python. You can check it with that. Um, one of those should come up with something, most likely on your system. But for me, it's Python 3. And I will quickly queue up the command before showing you what I have. So I have this little script. It's going to create for us a vital LFO, which we're then going to use to make the melody. And all we need to specify is how many random patches, LFOs, do we want, and how many notes should be in each LFO. Okay, so once we've decided on that, we can go ahead and generate. So right now, I have no LFOs in here. If I hit generate, they're now going to be 16 because that is what I set here with 32 notes. Cool. So once you have all these, take them and we're going to cut them and we're going to bring them to, I believe on my system, it is home, local, share, vital. You're going to need to check the internet in order to find where your preset repository is, or directory, or whatever we want to call it. You need to find that and you need to navigate there and create a new folder. And this is going to be like the artist name you're going to find the randomly generated notes under. So for this, we're going to go with generated melodies. Cool. And copy them all into here. Well, actually, one more step. LFOs. And just to make sure that's all correct, let's go to, I think, data prop. Yeah, LFOs. So LFO, LFO, capital S, undercase. Okay. So generated melodies, LFOs. Go ahead and copy all those into there. And I don't even think you have to restart Vital. Let's make sure that's true. Yeah, so you don't have to restart Vital. Okay, so now what we're going to do is actually make the patch. So we're going to drag this guy over here, set to 24. And first thing we want to do is match the tempo correctly, turn the smooth off, and let's change this off of a sawtooth wave. The sawtooth wave sounds great, except over, you don't want to hear that right now. So let's try it out. Okay, doesn't sound great yet, but the next thing we're going to do, very important, is set these global snaps. So I know this one works. I'm not really sure how this works in general. I think you kind of set it for the scale that you're working in musically. And this like finds the closest note that it fits in the scale that you've set here. Cool. So pop the unison, bring this down. Let's go ahead and let's do saw up. Triangle would have been good here, what I wanted. Too late. And this guy to 16th. Activate our filter, put this guy here, and now we're going somewhere. And I think always good options when you're doing something like this, just make it nice and wet. Yeah, it's pretty good. Reverb. I'm gonna keep it off. And one thing I always want to do with this is make sure I don't have any DC bias, like really low end stuff that I don't want, or just, yeah, I want to put a nice big fat bass under here. So very good, just in case it ever starts making low notes for me. And what else? Maybe a compressor. That one's clicking a bit. So I think the multi-band compressor, for whatever reason, does some clicking. Might be the algorithm that's in Vital that causes that issue. And one thing that is easy to play with, if you just want to quickly mess with your sound, come to the Advanced tab, mess with the stack and the detune range. This can dramatically affect your sound. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know if we're gonna keep it, but just so you know, it's a nice little technique. We're gonna want to just randomize this a little bit. Like 102. 102 is good for me. And then to make even more interest, we're going to do another melody here. And don't overdo this. Same here. So now we're having multiple melodies of sorts, like the timbre is affected and the pitch of the note is affected. And so you can build up really complex melodies that your brain is actually keeping track of. And another thing that I like to do, I just found recently, this is a pretty cool little thing. I like this sound. So you don't necessarily need that filtration on filter 1 with this LFO2 here. It's just a technique that you can employ. I hope you guys have found something useful in this video, or at least a technique that you'll bring into the future, and I hope to hear your music.